fellow fairies. Thought I would come on here and just talk about a little bit of what's happened in the last year. I'm not going to go into too much detail, and just the trouble I've been having and the roadblocks have come in my path and my life. And I'm finding the biggest thing that I am missing is camaraderie with, fellow witches, because I live in a small town in Florida, really hillbilly town, and there's not anyone who really, not without going to another city, to the shop I like to visit, that share the same views as me. I have to be in the closet with my family, and I'm finding it very stifling, and I don't have a lot of family. My family is very small. If you've seen my previous videos, I don't speak with my father. Sorry, it's just, I don't have this set up like on a stand. So it's just my mother with my grandparents, which aren't doing well. I have a brother in Germany in the army, which I think if I told him, he wouldn't really care. He's more in the atheist, agnostic. I don't want to say atheist because I think he might believe in something, but he's not very Christian like the rest of my family is. So, and I'm finding that not having someone to share this with, even though my husband accepts it, it's not for him. He was raised Christian, and he probably still has that mindset, I would say, as far as that goes, but he doesn't really practice. It's nothing, really serious with him. So I'm just finding that I miss that, and I've had a really hard time connecting. And I don't know if it's just something in my mind. If you have any ideas, I would love someone to talk to about it, because I'm just not comfortable in myself right now, and I don't know. And I'm finding that I don't really have someone to talk to about it, because I'm a person who likes to talk to someone, bounce ideas off of. I'm not going to take your ideas, but when you're in this craft solely by yourself, you have no one to talk to as far as, just to be able to call up and say, hey, I had this idea or something exciting, because I can try to tell my husband, but he doesn't know what I'm talking about really. And I mean, I'm not going to say he doesn't care, because he cares about me and what I do, but he doesn't resonate with it. And someone who understands the craft and the struggles you go through as far as being in the closet with your family, or ideas you might have for a spell or an oil, and I just feel like I've just been doing this all on my own, and I have learned a lot. And YouTube has been a very big part of me learning and watching videos from women that I look up to in the craft, and seeing videos of, women who have their friends with them and doing circle and just having that camaraderie, that sisterhood with someone. I'm very envious. Not only like, oh, I hate you, I wish you didn't have that way, but something that I would like to have as well. And it's like, it's like a piece is missing, so. And in this last year, when I stopped doing videos, it got kind of too much to do the videos at the beginning of the year, towards end of last year, and then I took a step back. I'm like, I'm just going to focus on the craft, just, try to, just myself without putting myself out there, just learning what I like, because I felt like different gods and goddesses are coming in and out of my life, but not one that I can truly connect with as far as being the one or a couple or however many I need in my life that wants to work with me permanently for this time. I can't explain it. I just feel kind of lost, because I was raised Christian with the one God, and that was the one God he worked with besides Jesus Christ, right? Now, not having that and trying to find that, I feel kind of lost when that goes. And of course, I have my ancestors, which I'm trying to connect with, which I'm finding another problem, because a lot of my ancestors that I know of work very Christian, and there's some, that believe, if they're very Christian and believe in this, you shouldn't work with them because they won't like what you're doing. But then there's others that say they're on the other side, they know better. So, I'm finding these things that I get deeper in my craft, and I'm like past the spell work and stuff, and defining the really basis of my craft, like who am I working with, who can I count on, just certain things that I'm finding that I'm having trouble with. And so I just don't know where to go. I've just been contemplating on it, just trying not to rush it, just trying to live day to day and just work on my craft and, being a mom and going to work. And it's just kind of overwhelming at the moment. So I just want to come on here and see if anyone had any ideas. Does anyone else feel this way? Which I'm sure they do, I just, I just wanted to vent a little bit. Like I said, there's no one really to talk to. I just have my subscribers, people that like to watch my videos, and just that I thank everyone for watching and listening to this. It's just, I'm kind of lost at the moment as far as the things I've talked about, and with going on in my life, I had certain issues in my marriage I had to work through this year, which everything's great, my littlest, started kindergarten, and so I've had to kind of go through that. My baby is going to kindergarten. She's not a baby no more. I mean, she's still my baby, but, she's growing up, and my son, he's 9, going on 19. He is very responsible, very mature for his age, so I just think I'm in, I'm in, like, mid to late mother stage, if you go by maid and mother crone. And I'm having to deal with issues with that, and of course my weight gain. I need to work on what I eat, which that's all completely my fault, And then on top of it all, if you watch my shadow work video, I talked about my dad, and, he molested me when I was little, and he did it for so long. And then I waited so long to tell someone, by the time I told my mom I was over 18, I would have to go to trial with it. It was his word against mine. I had already started doing drugs at that time, because I had a very wild, early to late teen stage, and I didn't really feel like they would believe me. If it was someone now watching this, it's going through that, absolutely, you completely go tell someone, you go to the cops. I mean, it doesn't matter if you think they'll believe you or not, but at the time, the psychology of it, with all the damage done to your psyche when you're molested for so long like I was, and with what he would say to me, it just completely messed me up. So I haven't talked to him since I've had my kids. Like, I can't reconcile what he did. He's very sick. He has lung cancer. He's suffering, from what I understand. And I was on my way to take my husband to his job, and he had to go out of town, and we happened to stop at a store, and it's in the area where he lives. And we just stopped at the store. My husband went in, me and my kids stayed in the car, and this truck pulls up, and here comes out my dad. With this cane, looks horrible, looks so old. I mean, he's 70, so he is kind of old, but I mean, he just looked worn out, and like things are catching up with him. You can just, if you're sensitive and you can read auras in any sense, or just get a feeling about someone, you can tell he's very sick. Karma is catching up with him, and I believe that with all my heart. But I still cried when we left the store. I didn't say nothing to him. He didn't look towards me. I knew it was my dad 100%. So it's not like, oh, maybe it wasn't your dad. No, it was my dad. And my husband's like, don't cry. I'm like, how crazy is it that I'm crying because I feel bad? I saw my dad didn't say nothing after everything he's done to me. And when I talked to my mom about this, she explained, it's just the kind of person you are, your kind heart, and just, but I guess I have forgiven him in a way because I've had to in order to get on with my life and not be bitter. But I just, things have been happening this year just like that. The whole year has been trials after trials and tests, just, I guess it's building my character. I know this inside. I know that everything's for a purpose, but sometimes you just feel so alone on your path. And that's how I feel right now. I feel very alone. And I feel like maybe making videos again and getting out there are going to help me with that, because I got away from it. I focus on my craft, and I feel comfortable in my craft enough to where if I did videos, I know myself now as far as my craft goes. I don't know if that makes sense, but I get, what I'm trying to say. So I just want to let anyone know who feels like that. You're not alone. I feel like maybe everyone might go through this in their craft. I don't know. I only have my, reference to go by. So if anyone ever needs to talk to someone, I'm always an ear to listen to. I'm sorry, I keep looking over to the side. I have a window that's open, and the blinds keep moving because the fan, it keeps grabbing my attention. And I have struggled, with, certain things this year as far as pills and stuff, because I've been on pain medication for my back and anxiety medication, trying to get it under control, and I completely stopped everything. I mean, it's just been a lot this year. It has been, and before I knew it, I was on painkillers all the time, and I didn't go out buying them illegally. I was getting prescriptions, you know what I mean? My own prescriptions, but it's amazing at how quickly you get addicted to that. And so I had to, get off that, and I started taking Xanax for my anxiety because I get really bad anxiety attacks. And there's just certain times in my life, it's not always, I'll start having bad dreams about my childhood and stuff. And they say things trigger that. There's triggers that triggers, your subconscious into reliving, events. And there was a point this year I just had anxiety where I couldn't breathe, panic attacks all the time at work. And so I started having to take Xanax, and that completely made me go, like, there are some people who can take it and be fine. I'm not one of those people. I mean, I could function, I just didn't feel like I was present. And if I didn't have kids, that might have been okay to get me through it. But when you have kids, I feel like if you're not present in their life, they can see that. And that was not okay with me. So me and my husband talked about it. And, after, he's my best friend. And he brings things to my attention that I'm not aware of. And that's what your other half is supposed to do. And, and he did that. And so it's just been so much stuff. So I'm sure everyone's went through their own thing. I feel like this has been a hard year for everyone. So just everyone keep at it. Please send me good energy and good vibrations, and just to lift me up, to get me out of this lull. I'm trying just to meditate and focus and not rush things and not force things and just let them come. But it's really hard, especially when you feel so alone in your craft and like you don't have no one to talk to. So I just appreciate everybody, and just keep everyone keep your head up. So I'll try to do the same, and I will definitely make more videos. Actually, I have a list I made on my phone of videos I want to do. I have Hurricane Irma water. I'm from Florida, and the eye came right over me. Of course, it wasn't as big as it was when it came over me, as it was when it did all that destruction down the Caribbean and stuff. But I mean, I had a bucket, so I got like 3 Coke bottles full of water. So I'm gonna do a war water and do a video on what to do with storm or hurricane water. Its energy is amazing. I've never felt that in a water before. I mean, it doesn't feel it feels violent, but then it feels just peaceful in a way. It's weird, maybe because the eye came over me and the eye is very peaceful. Maybe that's why that water is like that. I was on the eye came over me, and it was so funny. I protected my house before the hurricane came. My husband thought I was crazy because I was like, I had my protection dirt I put around it. I saged inside and outside. I put protection oil on all the, on all the doors and windows, and then of course, I did like a little thing around the house, around the property. And then our house, we just had like little branches fall. Okay. But my in-laws across the street, 4 trees were down all around their house. Like a little tornado had came, and my neighbor's trees on one side of my house on the same side of the road had so many big branches and trees down. And then across the street, there was a whole bunch of trees down, but mine, I had hardly any debris in my yard. It was amazing. My husband was like, this is crazy. Like, he didn't compute, like, at first. I'm like, I protected the house. Like, I know that's what helps. I mean, of course, Mother Nature's going to do what she wants, but we all know that our magic has an influence, and I really think that helped with that. So that was really amazing. So I had a bucket outside that I had put outside to collect hurricane water because I wanted to keep some. And I think I have a few people I want to send some to, so because I do have quite a bit of it. So anyways, thanks for listening to my rant. If you have any ideas for videos you would like me to do or any questions, just leave them in the comments below. I'm always willing to help. If I don't know the answer, I'll try to look it up and help you research and what you need. So yeah, so I will be back soon. Until next time, guys. Happy holidays. That's coming up. Many blessings.